Hello everyone. Today's video is on making claims about a population based on a sample. So we're going to look at an example here that I've picked out, and it's about the city of Dubai. So Dubai is a rapidly growing city in the Middle East, and it's actually home to the world's tallest building, the Burj Khalifa. Now that's neither here nor there, but it's a fun fact nonetheless. Um, its population is approximately 3.3 million. And we're going to say that a simple random sample is taken of the people living in Dubai, and 89% of that sample surveyed are expats. An expat is someone that's originally not from that country. So someone from another country, 89% of those people surveyed are expats. Now that's a lot. So what we want to know here is approximately how many people living in the city of Dubai are not from there, or from other countries. So let's dive into this and take a look. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that 89%, and I'm going to write down what we know about our sample. So all percents are out of 100. So 89 is going to go over 100. And so now I'm going to look at what else I know. Well, I know that the population is approximately 3.3 million. So I'm going to write that out. 3.3 million is the same as 3,300,000. So that's the total population. So I know that some number out of that 3.3 million are the people that we're interested in, those people that aren't from that country. So I'm going to represent that with X. So this is some number out of this total population. And so if we assume that this sample is in fact representative of our population, well, we can set these two things equal to each other, and that becomes very familiar to us. That becomes what we call a proportion, which is something that we've done before. So I'm going to do just that. I'm going to move down here so I have more room, and I'm going to say 89 out of 100, 89 over 100 is equal to X over 3,300,000. So from here, it just becomes a simple proportion problem. So I'll use the scale factor method. I know that 100 times 33,000 gives me 3.3 million. I could have found that by dividing 3.3 million by 100. And so because I did that to the bottom, well, I need to do that to the top as well. So 89 times 33,000 is going to give me the this number in question here, this X. So let's do that real quick. 89 times 33,000 gives me 2,937,000. So we know that X equals 2,937,000. So that's how many people living in Dubai are expats. So if this sample is indeed representative of our total population, then we can safely say that approximately 2,937,000 people in Dubai are going to be expats from different countries. Now, this isn't going to be exactly accurate, and it never will be, because samples are just that. They're just a sample, right? In order to find the exact number, we'd have to sample everyone in the entire population. But as long as we have an accurate sample that's free of any sort of bias, or is completely random and all of that, we can safely make a rough estimate. Now, there's going to be some margin for error, which we'll learn about later, but we can safely estimate this number to be about 2,937,000. So that's a look at the relationship between the sample and the population. Now, there is a quicker way to do this. And I'll show you that right now. So I know that 89% of my sample is were expats. So instead of writing that as a fraction, I could write that as a decimal. I could write 0.89. That's how I would write a percentage as a decimal. And so if I know that this sample is representative of the population, well, then it would make sense that 89% of this total population 89% of this total population gives me the number that I'm looking for. Gives me, I'll change this to that so that I can write x here. Gives me my x value. So if you have a percentage and you know how to convert that into a decimal, you can simply multiply that by your total population to get the number in question here. And in this case, it is 2,937,000. So that's an easier way to do it, but I wanted to show you the proportion because I wanted you to make that connection between the sample and the population, that they are, theoretically, they are proportional.